Emily and Jake had been best friends since elementary school. They met on the playground, where he bravely shared his snack with her after she forgot hers. Over the years, their bond grew stronger through countless sleepovers, movie marathons, and adventures around town. They celebrated each other's birthdays, supported one another through tough times, and even shared secrets that no one else knew. As they approached their 30s, the world around them seemed to change. Friends were getting married, starting families, and settling down. Yet here they were, still navigating life together as single adults. Their friendship had always been a safe haven, filled with laughter and understanding, but lately, there was a hint of something deeper just beneath the surface. One Friday evening, Emily and Jake found themselves lounging on the couch, a bowl of popcorn between them and their favorite movie playing in the background. The soft glow of the television created a cozy atmosphere as they reminisced about their childhood adventures. Laughter filled the room when they began teasing each other about their love lives, or lack thereof. "You know," Jake said with a grin, "if we're still single by 30, we should just get married." Emily chuckled, rolling her eyes playfully. "Sure, I'm holding you to that." The light-hearted banter lingered in the air, but beneath the laughter, an unspoken tension simmered. For a moment, they both felt something shift, but neither was ready to explore it just yet. Emily and Jake's friendship thrived on laughter and banter, making every moment together feel light and carefree. Their shared sense of humor was a comforting glue that held them together through thick and thin. As they joked about their single lives, Emily's playful sarcasm contrasted with Jake's easygoing charm, creating a delightful back and forth. The idea of marrying each other if they were still single was absurd, yet somehow made perfect sense in their world. It embodied their quirky way of dealing with the pressures of adulthood while maintaining a fun-loving attitude. In that moment, the joke became a way for them to express their fears about the future without taking it too seriously, highlighting the comfort they found in simply being together, where anything could be said or imagined. As the laughter faded, Emily's expression suddenly shifted, revealing a serious undertone. "You know, Jake," she said slowly, "it's not as crazy as it sounds. What if we really were still single at 30? Her voice held a hint of vulnerability that caught him off guard. Jake, taken aback, could sense there was more behind her words than just jest. Was she actually considering the possibility of a life like that? Her comment opened a door to conversations they had never dared to have before. It made him ponder what the future held for each of them, and whether they had been blind to their own feelings all along. In that moment, the joking facade fell away, and beneath it lay uncharted territory filled with curiosities and concerns about their futures. As the conversation deepened, Emily shared her views on marriage, describing it as a partnership filled with love and support, but also a daunting commitment. She expressed her worries about the pressures of turning 30 and how society often defined success through relationships and family. Jake listened intently, reflecting on his own thoughts. To him, marriage seemed like both a beautiful bond and a potential trap, tying them down when they were still figuring out who they were as individuals. He admitted that turning 30 felt like a ticking clock, making him question his choices and whether he was ready for such a step. Together, they explored what love meant to them, realizing how their different perspectives shaped their futures and feelings toward each other. As the conversation turned back to the idea of a marriage pact, laughter erupted between them again. "Can you imagine explaining that to our friends?" Jake chuckled, picturing their reactions. Emily laughed too, but beneath her amusement was a flicker of seriousness. "It sounds silly, but maybe it's not so crazy," she replied, raising an eyebrow. Jake paused, surprised by her tone. He hadn't expected her to consider it more than a joke. They exchanged glances, a hint of apprehension lingering in the air. While the idea initially felt light-hearted, it now carried weight. Could they truly envision such a future? The laughter faded into thoughtful silence as they each contemplated what this pact might mean for their friendship and beyond, realizing it was more than just a whimsical thought. After their serious discussion about the marriage pact, Emily and Jake found themselves interacting differently. Casual conversations became tinged with a newfound depth as they began to share their thoughts and feelings more openly. Inside jokes transformed into heartfelt exchanges, where they explored their hopes and fears about love and life. Their playful banter still existed, but it was now accompanied by moments of vulnerability that strengthened their bond. Emily noticed how comfortable she felt discussing her dreams with Jake, while he began to express his insecurities about the future. This shift in dynamic allowed them to connect on a level they had never experienced before, igniting an unspoken understanding that lingered between them. Each interaction transformed their friendship, making them both wonder if they were ready to embrace something more. As Emily and Jake's relationship deepened, they began to recall moments from their past that hinted at underlying feelings they had overlooked. There was the time in high school when Jake nervously asked Emily to the dance, only to end up as best friends on the sidelines, cheering each other on. Or that summer road trip when they shared secrets under a starlit sky, feeling a connection that both excited and scared them. Even little moments, like when Jake surprised Emily with her favorite ice cream during a tough day, felt more significant in hindsight. These memories started to surface, making them question if their friendship had always held the potential for something more. Each recollection added layers to their bond, prompting them to reconsider how they had defined their relationship over the years. As Emily and Jake continued their conversations about love and the future, they couldn't ignore the societal pressures surrounding them. Friends and family constantly questioned their relationship status, often celebrating engagements and weddings while asking when it would be their turn. Emily felt a sense of urgency, as if turning 30 meant she had to meet certain milestones or face disappointment. Jake, on the other hand, wrestled with the idea that society expected him to settle down rather than pursue his dreams. These external expectations began to weigh heavily on both of them, complicating their feelings about being single. They discussed how these pressures might influence their choices and whether they were genuinely ready for commitment or simply responding to what was deemed acceptable by those around them. Amid their reflections on love and societal expectations, a turning point emerged in Emily and Jake's relationship. One evening, while discussing their futures, Jake tentatively asked what being together would really mean for them. Emily paused, considering the question deeply. "Are we ready to take that leap, or are we just afraid of being alone?" she replied. The question hung in the air, prompting them both to reevaluate their bond. They realized that their connection had grown into something more profound than friendship, but the fear of change loomed large. They began to explore what it would look like if they took a chance on each other, weighing the prospect of love against the comfort of their long-standing friendship. This moment marked a shift in their dynamic, pushing them closer to confronting their true feelings. In the weeks that followed, Emily and Jake playfully referred back to their marriage pact in humorous ways that lightened the mood between them. During a cooking session, Jake jokingly asked if they should start picking out wedding colors while they chopped vegetables, causing Emily to burst into laughter. On another occasion, while shopping, Emily pointed to a pair of matching mugs and quipped, "Perfect for our future kitchen." The two found themselves exchanging mock wedding vows during karaoke night, turning every song into an opportunity to hint at their pact. Even when they faced awkward moments with friends asking about their relationship status, they would glance at each other and smile, silently acknowledging the inside joke. These light-hearted moments allowed them to navigate their evolving feelings while keeping the atmosphere fun and carefree. As the days passed, a sense of anticipation grew between Emily and Jake, leading to a crucial moment that felt inevitable. One evening, while they were out for coffee, Jake noticed the way Emily's laughter lit up the room. The realization struck him. She was not just his best friend. She was someone he wanted to be with in a deeper way. With his heart racing, he finally decided it was time to confront his feelings about her and their marriage pact. "Emily," he said, his voice steady but soft, "do you really think we should go through with it if we're still single?" Her eyes widened, and the laughter faded as she sensed the weight of his question. In that instant, everything changed. They both knew that they had to face what lay ahead together. In a quiet park under the twinkling stars, Emily and Jake sat on a bench, the weight of their conversation hanging in the air. "Jake," Emily began, her voice softer than usual, "I've been thinking about what we talked about." Jake nodded, his heart racing. "Me too. This pact. It feels different now." They exchanged vulnerable glances, and Emily continued, "I care about you more than just as a friend. What if we took that leap together?" Jake's breath caught in his throat as he processed her words. "I want to explore that possibility too," he admitted, feeling a rush of hope. They delved into their feelings for each other, discussing love, friendship, and what their future could hold. In that moment, they embraced the uncertainty together, realizing they were ready to step beyond the boundaries of friendship. As Emily and Jake left the park that night, a mix of excitement and apprehension filled the air. They both understood that stepping into a romantic relationship could change everything, but the thought of losing what they had was equally daunting. "No matter what happens, I want you in my life," Jake said earnestly, breaking the tension. Emily smiled softly, feeling reassured. "And I want the same. Let's take it slow and see where this leads us." With a newfound understanding, they agreed to explore their feelings while remaining best friends at heart. This balance allowed them to cherish their long-standing bond, knowing they would support each other through any challenges ahead. As they walked side by side, the future felt bright and full of promise, ready for them to shape together. Reflecting on their journey, Emily and Jake realized that their heartfelt conversations had transformed them both. Whether they ended up as a couple or remained best friends, their relationship had deepened in ways they never expected. They learned that love isn't just about romantic gestures, but also about understanding, communication, and unwavering support. The marriage pact had served as a catalyst, prompting them to confront their feelings and fears openly. This newfound honesty enriched their bond, allowing them to appreciate each other more fully. Regardless of the path they chose, they recognized that true commitment comes in many forms, and the strength of their friendship would always be the foundation they could rely on as they navigated life's twists and turns together.